Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is just going to be a recap of my 2023, followed by the lessons that I learned, the plans that I have for 2024, and just a general catch up, mental health talk, girl talk. So let's get started. Well, 2023 was an absolute whirlwind for me, and it probably was for a lot of you guys too. It definitely put me through it some months, and it definitely taught me a lot of lessons too. 2023 for me was a year of really getting to know myself better and just realizing my boundaries, setting them, and really breaking the cycle of what I thought was normal in terms of mental health and just the way I was living, my habits, the way that people were treating me, the friendships, the relationships that I had, and whether they were healthy for me. And I found that one of the most important things that I learned in 2023 was that I was not prioritizing myself because of the way that I was brought up and what I had learned during childhood. I had become this person that had prioritized everybody else over myself. I always came second or third or last. I was never my first option. I was never my priority. It was always everybody else. And in particular, it was a family member for me. And it was so detrimental to my career, my future, my mental health, my physical health, my financial health. And I didn't really see the issues and how influenced I was and how much it was affecting my life until that said person made the decision to not talk to me anymore, to not have any contact with me anymore. After I had specifically told them that I wasn't putting up, I'd set a boundary and I told them that I wasn't going to put up with the way that they were treating me anymore. And that was it. I told them, look, I don't appreciate it. I don't like the way that you're treating me. It's triggering. And I'm going to need you to apologize because I can't move on from this. I need you to take accountability for your actions and how you treated me. And unfortunately, that said person didn't feel the same way. And it caused us to split apart. And the whole of 2023 was me learning to let go of it. And I went through it. I really did. I went through it for first 6, 7, 8 months of 2023 was when I really felt it. It happened just before 2023 started, literally the night before. And so I went into this brand new year, with the hopes that this person that I cared about, thought about, cherished the relationship with was going to wake up one day and realize, hey, look, I need to apologize. But as the months went on and on, I went through this grieving process of, I can't believe they haven't spoken to me. And I got angry, I got sad, I felt worthless. But then as the months went on, I realized having this person out of my life was more of a blessing rather than a curse. And it took me the best part of almost a whole year for me to really realize that. I think it didn't really sink in until the anniversary of the no contact. So just before 2024, really, before it really sunk in that, oh wait, hold on a second, this person's been out of my life for a really long time now and I'm okay. I'm thriving actually, and my work situation's better, my mental health is overall better, I'm less stressed, I have more money, I have more freedom, and I'm not feeling so bad about myself. But there was ultimately like a part of me, an old part of me that was really holding on to this relationship, hoping and praying that things would be different. But I let go of it, and it just took time. And I'm so thankful, even though it was heartbreaking at first, and it really hurt me, and I went through some really dark months in 2023. It taught me so much about myself, and it made me realize that it's okay to set boundaries. It's okay to put yourselves in situations where you say no. Even if it hurts that person, even if they don't like it, you say no, because that is what you require. And if that person is worth being in your life, albeit if they're a significant other, boyfriend, girlfriend, friend, best friend, family, it doesn't matter. If they love you and they respect you, they will respect your boundaries, and they will respect what is required to be in your life. I'm so glad 2023 taught me that. I'm so glad that I learned that, because now I'm not going to let anyone push me around anymore. Obviously, you have your moments where you question things and you're like, oh, well, and it's a process, and it's not something that can happen overnight, and I will still struggle with it for a long time, maybe for the rest of my life, but at least now I've gotten to a place where I can recognize it, and I know what I want. I know what I'm going to put up with. I know what I'm not going to put up with, and that's the best thing ever. I'm so thankful that I waited out the storm, because when you're really in the thick of it and you're really going through it, it's so hard to think it'll get better, it'll get better, it'll get better. It's so hard to picture yourself in a much better situation than you're already in, because it already feels like there's no way up from here. But there is. I promise you, there is. You can always reach out to someone. There will always be someone there to listen to you, whether it be a stranger or a family member or a friend or, anyone. There will always be somebody willing to listen. There will always be somebody there who cares. So don't feel like you are alone, because you're not. Another thing that I think that I've learned from 2023 is that life is too short to be worrying about what people think about you. After lockdown, I went through this phase of being really afraid to post on social media, like literally anything, anywhere. And I stopped. For a really long time, I just stopped. And there might be like a post here and there, but then I'd hide it, archive it, delete it. And I just didn't feel the same anymore. It's like lockdown really changed people. It certainly changed my way of thinking and my confidence. It really took a hit. And I didn't feel like myself until within the last couple of months of 2023, and especially now, I'm starting to really feel like myself again. If you want to post a TikTok, post a TikTok. If you want to record yourself in a restaurant eating a beautiful meal, record yourself. Like, no one is going to care what you are doing. They might glance for a second and go, oh, what's that person doing? And then they'll mind their own business, because we are all dealing with our own stuff. We are all living our own lives. We've all got our own problems. And life is too short. We have only got a finite amount of time in this world. And we shouldn't be wasting any of it worrying what people think. Just live your life. Live your life exactly how you want to live it. No cares given. Another thing that I learned in 2023 is that I spend too much time on social media. Way too much time on social media. If you go onto your phone, I know iPhone does it, and Androids probably do too, you can take a look at how much time you spend on each app. And at one point it said that I think I spent 7 or 8 hours on my phone on average a day. And that's not creating anything, that's not learning a language, that's not reading, that's just scrolling through social media. So another thing that 2023 has taught me is to get stuff done. It doesn't have to be lots of stuff in one day. It can be tiny things spread across a week, 2 weeks, a month, to just get stuff done. Learn a new language, teach yourself a new skill, get a hobby, something. Push yourself out of your comfort zone and try something new. If you're going to be on your phone, at least spend some of that time being productive, working on yourself, whether that's on your work, learning a new hobby, watching tutorials, something, instead of spending your whole life scrolling through social media and wasting your life away. One thing that I definitely want to be doing more this year is traveling, going outside, seeing the world, and just enjoying nature, connecting with people on a real human level, as in raw, organic conversation, and just really feeling that human contact again. Because I feel that as great as social media has become in terms of diversifying who we connect with, creating communities, finding like-minded people that have the same views and values as us, it's always good as well to meet new people that have a fresh perspective, that can help you learn new things about just individuals around you or individuals just on Earth, whether they are 10 miles away, 200 miles away, or 1,000 miles away. Getting to know people from different walks of life is very, very good for you too. You learn so many different things, you get new perspectives, new understandings, and you become a more cultured person, a more understanding and compassionate person too. Another thing that I learned from 2023 is take more pictures. Might be tied into one of the other ones that I said, kind of like live your life how you want to. For me, I need to take more pictures of just everything, more videos of everything, because memories can change depending on your health, depending on how people perceive it. Everybody remembers memories differently. And when you have physical captures in video or picture format, they are there for you to go back to and enjoy. And I'm creating a scrapbook of all the pictures that I'm going to print out of my friends, my family, my dogs, just everything. I just want to capture as much as I can and look back on it and just smile to have something to go back to. You can save all of your pictures that you want on a hard drive, but there's something about printing pictures and having them in a photo album like we had 20 years ago that feels so nostalgic to me. And being able to just open it and look at these pictures physically in my hand and having this memory would just feel so good. I can't wait until I can fill it. Hopefully I can fill the whole book for 2024. Another thing that I learned from 2023 was just to be kinder to everyone. But what I mean is, if let's say you're in your car and you're driving somewhere and someone cuts you up, or you open the door for somebody and they don't say thank you, or if you work in customer service and someone doesn't speak to you very nicely and doesn't say thank you, or is kind of taking their anger out on you, it can be so easy to instantly think, well, I want to take revenge on you, or you've treated me really badly, all I have done is been nice and respectful to you, screw you then. It's so easy to do that, and I know how that feels because I work in customer service myself, so it's very easy to want to do that, to feel that way, because you think, well, what have I done to deserve this? People who treat others like that are usually going through something really difficult themselves, and by no means does this mean that you should be putting up with it. You should always stand up for yourself and not put up with anyone who's treating you badly. But in terms of day-to-day life, sometimes it's best to just let things go and just remember, I always try and remember this every day, people who are hurtful, people who are disrespectful are just people in pain, people who are consumed by pain and suffering and are going through something. So we never really truly know what anyone is going through, so it's best to just try and be as kind as we can and spend as much time as we can letting go of the things that aren't worth being angry over. Okay, and so the last thing that I took from 2023 is to spend as much time with people you love as possible, whether that's family, friends, a spouse, it doesn't matter who, to spend time with those who make you feel good about yourself, and just be in that space of positivity. Fill yourself up, fill your cup up with nothing but laughs and giggles and good memories with those who are worth spending time with. I suffered from a lot of anxiety, and I wouldn't say depression, but definitely a lot of grief and sadness in 2023. And there were a lot of times where I didn't have the confidence or the strength to go out. And in the end, I wish I had gone, even if it was just for an hour, for half an hour. But towards the end of the year, I really did start to push myself out of my comfort zone because I thought, look, there is no harm in going because my friends are understanding and I have picked a group of people that will understand my situation, or at least be compassionate of my situation, that if I do come out and it's too much pressure and I can't deal with it, then at least I can just go home and say that I've tried. And I'm so glad I did, because there were days, there were times where I was invited to go to some places and I've gone, I'm too tired, I don't have the mental battery, I have too much anxiety, I'm too sad, and it stopped me from going. But there have been days where I have just pushed myself out of my comfort zone, and it ended up being one of the best nights that I have had in a really long time. And I'm not saying by any means that you should force yourself into situations you're not comfortable with, because you should always make sure that you take care of your mental health and give yourself rest, recuperation, and tender loving care. But sometimes it is good to push yourself and give yourself a little bit of a nudge and go, look, I know this seems terrifying, scary right now, and you really aren't in the mood, but you never know. And the worst thing that could happen is you come home. That's it. And I'm so glad I did that. Yeah, so it's kind of like a 2-in-1 type thing. So spend more time with those who make you feel good, friends and family, and push yourself out of your comfort zone, because you might just find that it was worth it and you feel a lot better. So those are just some of the things that I learned in 2023. I definitely learned a lot more than that, but those are just the main ones that I can think of, and the main ones that really do resonate with me. If you have any yourself, please do leave it in the comments section. I would absolutely love to hear what you think and what you feel and what you learned. I'm feeling absolutely blessed to be here and to be posting again. I'm feeling absolutely blessed to be in the new year and just this thing called life. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. If anyone does ever need anyone to talk to, please know that you are never alone. You are loved, you are cared for, and my DMs, messages are always open, and that I love you. I hope you have a good 2024, and I hope you stick around to see what else is coming. I'm not good at goodbyes, but I'll see you lot in the next one. Bye.